Okay guys, so today I am reviewing the Mazda BT-50, which as we all know is really a reskinned Isuzu D-Max. Is that a bad thing? Well, if you were talking about previous generation D-Maxes, then you may want to question Mazda's wisdom, because the Isuzu D-Max's utilitarian nature stands in contrast with Mazda's positioning as something of a, attempts to position itself as something of a premium standing, even amidst mainstream brands. But not this current generation D-Max, you see, because traditionally in the pickup truck world, every truck has its role. The Hilux has always been the #1 pickup. It is the pickup that everybody buys because everybody knows what to expect with a Hilux. You know that maintenance of the car is predictable. You know that the resale value is solid. Spare parts are everywhere. So the Hilux became, for many years, the default choice in the pickup truck world. And you have everyone else fulfilling various niches. You have the Triton being the enthusiast's choice of pickup trucks, because Mitsubishi, thanks to their rally expertise, is able to infuse the Triton with, I would consider, the sportiest handling in the pickup truck segment. Then you have the Ford Ranger. The Ford Ranger was the very first pickup truck that opened this segment in our market to private buyers. The Ranger was the truck that made pickups a viable lifestyle choice. Then, well, you have the Nissan Navara. Now, the Navara is an okay truck, but it doesn't have a really defined quality. And of course, you have the D-Max, which is the truck that takes battering better than everyone else. It is the truck that gives you the best fuel economy. But as a result, Isuzu never really cared much for things like creature comforts, for refinement and whatnot, until the current generation D-Max. Because now, the likes of the Hilux, the Ranger and all that still continue to fulfill their traditional positioning in the pickup trucks. But the D-Max reinvented itself a bit, so much so that Isuzu still maintained its strength in fuel economy, its strength in maintenance, in robustness, but they have significantly ramped up the refinement aspect, the equipment aspect. Even the design now looks more contemporary. So much so, I consider right now, as much as I think that the Triton is still my preferred choice when it comes to the best handling pickup, but the D-Max, in my opinion now, is the best all-rounder pickup in the market, no question. And here in the Mazda BT-50, to take all that qualities and dress it up in a different design, is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. And the thing is that the D-Max, the new D-Max, is so good that all Mazda had to do was to reskin the exterior design to bring it in line with its current generation lineup of cars. They did not have to tweak the engine. They did not have to tweak the suspension. In fact, even the interior is carried over lock, stock and barrel. And guess what? In a showroom that are filled with products like the Mazda 3, the Mazda 6, the CX-30, this BT-50, with its interior carried over lock, stock and barrel from a D-Max, hardly feels out of place. It feels like it fits in. It feels like it's meant to be there. This truck feels like it is meant to sit alongside products of premium standing. It embodies all the qualities that we appreciate of the current generation D-Max, but it carries a Mazda flavor in its design. So far so good. off to a very, very good start. And the version that I'm testing here is the 3-liter model. You also have the 1.9, which I have yet to have the opportunity to experience whether it is in the BT-50 or the D-Max. So that one, we'll have to wait for a later time to evaluate. But here, this 3-liter model, this is the only 3-liter engine in the segment. Hilux is 2.8, Ranger is all 2 liters. So those of you guys that are still a bit traditional in your mindset like I am, where there is no replacement for displacement, the D-Max and the BT-50 with its 3-liter engine, I believe, would still hold great appeal. It is a nice engine. It is smooth, it is relaxed. Of course, it is not quite as punchy as, say, the Ford Rangers, but look, I would argue that in a pickup truck like this, you don't need brute force. What you need is, you want the effortlessness of a big engine with a healthy dose of low to mid-range torque, so that you can make effortless progress highways or whether you are scaling off-road tracks. Because I remember there was one time many years ago when I had a chance to drive an old Nissan Navara off-road. The old Navara engine delivered all its torque at the higher RPMs, and I can tell you this, on steeper slopes, getting the car to inch along can be tricky because you need revs, but at the same time, because you don't want to be carrying too much speed on off-road conditions, it becomes very difficult to drive. Whereas here, with a big engine, you can make do with very low speed, but still pull your vehicle along effortlessly. So far, right, we would say that the D-Max and the BT-50 both exhibit the same qualities. Both of them should be equally convincing purchases. But the BT-50 has one more trump card in hand, and it is that in its price tag, 144,000 in the case of this 3-liter model, you get 5 years of free service and maintenance. Yeah, 5 years free. Basically, right, for the first 5 years, you send your car to the service center, you sit there, you sip coffee, you have their sandwich. After that, car is done, collect key, ciao. That's it. Don't have to pay any money. If you select the Isuzu D-Max, yeah, D-Max maintenance is affordable. Isuzu always keeps in mind to make sure their trucks are affordable and easy to maintain. But here in the BT-50, you get a different design, a different flavor design, and your maintenance for the first 5 years is free. F-O-fucking-C. Okay, so now I'm seeing clearer traffic on NP and I'm putting my foot down on the throttle. Pickup is really not as punchy or as urgent as compared to, say, the Mitsubishi Triton 2.4 MyVan, but it is smooth, it is effortless, and the sound insulation is great. I'm not getting much in the way of tire noise. Wind noise also is quite well subdued. Even right now I'm doing 100 kilometers per hour. Of course, the engine, well, there is that familiar diesel clatter, but hey, this is the case with all pickup trucks. And the ride comfort also, it feels plush, it feels modern, it feels sophisticated, what you would expect of a good modern pickup truck that you can live with as a day-to-day workhorse. This video is brought to you by EvoClub Car Wash. Our motto is service and solutions. You can bring your car to us for deep cleaning, shining, full-on restoration, or just a regular wash. Whatever it is you need help sorting out on your car, we are more than happy to assist. To get in touch with us, drop us a line on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp us on the number on your screen now. Okay guys, so this is the second differentiating point of the BT-50 from the D-Max. The first, of course, is the 5-year warranty. This here now is the design, and quite interestingly enough, right there at the edge of the frame is another D-Max. And you can see that Mazda, they have done their job in reskinning the BT-50 properly to give it a real differentiation in the design. One look at this from any angle, you will not immediately see its connection with the D-Max. And what I like about Mazda's design is that they have not gone overboard. They've kept it simple whilst true to their current design language. And it also helps that the D-Max's original design is one that is very sleek, and it allows Mazda's family language to fit well without looking awkward, without looking like it was grafted on. So yeah, I mean, the familiar Mazda's design language, the narrow headlights, the ring circular LED lighting signature, the large gaping grille, all present. And the lower corners of the bumper, they have the signal lights, the fog lights, and then there's this little chunk here to give that impression of power in front. But overall, it's a very nice, very simple, no nonsense, but highly presentable look. Okay, so the alloy wheels, of course, is Mazda's own original design. The side well, that's where you can see the relationship with the D-Max in terms of the window line. Naturally, when they rebadge a car, of course, the window line is maintained. The previous BT-50 was noteworthy in that the tail light cluster goes into the tailgate. So Mazda dispensed with that this time. They decided to just go with the traditional way, just the vertical tail light cluster, but with this circular illumination signature there to still give it the Mazda character. The rear end design is neat. They have gone for a no-nonsense approach, but at the same time still looks classy. And of course, the tailgate, there's this character line here as well, all very neatly executed. So even the bumper here itself, you can see it's very angular, very chunky. They haven't gone overboard with the execution of curves. And over here, you've got a rear fog light as well. Okay, so the reverse camera is integrated into the handle, the chrome line handle. No easy lift on the tailgate, but it doesn't feel that heavy actually. There's the BT-50 wording on the bed lining. There's no facilities like 3-point socket or whatnot. It's a very simple, no-nonsense cargo bed here. Okay, go inside the truck. Okay, so as I said earlier, the cabin quality of the BT-50, this is taken lock, stock and barrel from the D-Max. But here's the thing, the D-Max's original cabin is good enough to be taken lock, stock and barrel, put into the BT-50, and it does not look out of place next to Mazda's lineup of passenger cars. So that really is credit to Isuzu for setting a high base quality standard for the original product. So let's go inside. Okay, so I'm 170 centimeters tall, got about a fist of headroom above me, and well, lean angle overall is good. Good leg room in front. Okay, but well, the seat bench is of good length. Okay, you've compared this to traditional pickup trucks, where the seat benches are traditionally short. This is not bad. It doesn't give you the kind of full proper support like many passenger cars, but in the context of pickup trucks, it really is not bad. And good, there's this handle here, right, to aid you with ingress and egress. And I can show you here, there's this, of course, the USB port here. All right, there's this tray here which you can stack your phone down, and of course rear aircon vents. So check out the armrest with two molded cup holders, isofix mounts here and here. So the leather here, okay, it feels nice, plush to the touch, and I like that there's this two-tone color to the door card. So you can see here this brown leather, and there's this also satin chrome contrast trim here to give the door card, you know, even though here is hard plastic, it gives the door card that character in its design. Okay, so you've got keyless entry here. Okay, this cabin is familiar if you have come from the D-Max. As I said earlier, quality is fantastic, design is good, contemporary. So let's start the engine. Okay, I think even the fonts here, those are Isuzu D-Max fonts. They didn't change it to Mazda's fonts. Okay, and all right, of course the infotainment system here. Now this looks like Mazda fonts to me, but yeah, it's the same. Basically, it's the same system as we get in the D-Max. Once again, this is not a criticism. It's a solid and sound decision on Mazda's part to change as little as possible, all right, in transitioning from the D-Max to the BT-50. Okay, so you've got these two storage spaces here, and yeah, so we've got the climate control, all right, this row of switches here tactile feel is great. Okay, feels very upmarket. This cabin, right, it has a very upmarket feel. It's a lovely place to be in. Okay, and it at the same time it also feels solid. So you can see this, there's this this soft touch leather wrapping here, but here is hardy plastics. Okay, piano black trim here. So and it's a nice compartment here. You can drop your things. There's another storage tray here. Here also there's a deep storage box. So overall a nice, this is a cabin. This cabin, I would say, simply described, is an exercise of getting the basics right. Okay, it is well built, nicely finished, nicely appointed, and all in. At the same time, it feels of quality. This cabin exudes a feel of quality. And here, this being the range topping model, you can see that it even have things like adaptive cruise control. So you can actually set, this is the distance adjustment. Okay, you've got voice command here, which is button activated, and down here you've got stability control. So here is it, guys. This is the Mazda BT-50, the version that we tested here. This is the 3-liter model, and concluding thoughts, this is a great product. Okay, I mean, the base product that Mazda derived this vehicle from, or they were already off to a good start. The new D-Max is the best all-rounder in the segment. Mazda took that, implemented their own design, changed nothing else, added a 5-year warranty and free service package to make it an even more compelling offer. So that alone, really nothing much to say anymore. This is a pickup truck that admittedly will not sell as much as the others, but definitely one that you should absolutely consider. Okay guys, so thank you for reaching the end of this video with me. In conclusion, the BT-50, Mazda really could not have picked a better truck to rebadge than they did with the D-Max. Okay, so the D-Max is a good all-rounder, and now it blends Isuzu's traditional strength of, you know, mechanical robustness and durability and efficiency with, you know, good creature comforts and refinement, that there really was no reason Mazda needed to do anything other than graft on a new design to the truck. All right, and plus the fact that with the BT-50 you get 5 years of free service, which you don't get with the D-Max. This is a very convincing proposition for you guys to consider. Also, do check out the channels of all my other fellow Horizon presenters, Bobby, Thomas, Tana, all of them, and follow our Horizon social media channels on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok as well. Okay, we are live every Monday, me, Bobby, Thomas, and Tana, to answer all your car buying questions. So tune in, and yeah, and let us know what is it that you know that is bothering your mind when it comes to your car buying decisions. Okay, so that's all for today's video. Until my next one, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.